Local fishermen on the Harayadori shore spot an unusual craft drifting in the distance.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the most unsettling mysteries that have been lost to time.
Within a week, another 34 people were dancing. Within a month, 400, all dancing relentlessly without music or song.
Number 10. Utsuro-bune mass disappearance. Normally, people going missing would turn more heads. Some events, such as the disappearance of the colony of Roanoke, have even had stories crafted around them.
They're gone. The entire colony is just gone. At some point in the previous 3 years, everything and everyone had just disappeared.
Others, like the disappearance of Utsuro-bune in Brazil, aren't quite so lucky. According to local legend, all 600 people living there vanished one day in 1923, seemingly without a trace. After they failed to arrive at a trading event, the shell of their homeland was searched, with the only evidence being a gun and an ominous message. Other civilians have claimed not to know anything about Utsuro-bune's existence, leading some to wonder if it ever existed at all. Whether it's a mere urban legend or something much darker, there are still plenty of answers left unanswered. Number 9. The lead masks case. One of the oddest murder cases is also one of history's most forgotten. In 1966, the corpses of 2 Brazilian men were discovered. They were dressed in nice clothes, wearing masks made of lead, and were found next to a note containing a set of instructions.
1630, be at the specified location. 1830, ingest capsules. After the effect, protect metals, await signal mask.
As if that wasn't all bad enough, there was also no exact cause of death due to them not being examined for weeks, causing the theories to fly. They varied in intensity, ranging from an alien abduction to an accidental overdose.
A woman and her children who lived next to the hill where the men died claimed they had seen an orangey, oval-shaped UFO flying over the spot at the moment the detectives believed the men had died.
With so much left open to speculation, we may never even come close to learning the truth. Number 8. Disappearance of Frederick Valentich.
Fred climbed aboard a rented Cessna 182 single-engine plane for a routine cargo flight.
Some missing pilots become the subjects of decades-long mysteries, and others hardly get any recognition at all. The latter was the case for Frederick Valentich, an Australian pilot who vanished during a flight in 1978. While mid-air, the Melbourne traffic control suddenly started receiving odd messages from the young man. He claimed to have been trailed by something else in the air and that it wasn't another plane.
I got him to describe the aircraft. It is forthright. It seems to me like landing lights. Then he said, the aircraft has just passed over me at least 1,000 feet above.
He even reported seeing an odd green light emitting from it. After that, the only thing heard was the sound of metal being scraped. Valentich has never been found, leading the less skeptical to believe he was merely captured by members of an alien race.
Delta Sierra Juliet Melbourne, coming over.
Fred never arrived at King Island.
Number 7. Flannan Isles lighthouse crew disappearance.
Captain James Harvey planned to land a replacement for one of the 3 men stationed at the Flannan lighthouse. But as the ship neared the landing stage, Harvey was surprised to see no one there to welcome him.
A whole crew going missing in the night isn't entirely unheard of, but some managed to slip through the cracks of time. The circumstances surrounding the vanishing of the Flannan Isles lighthouse crew in 1900 still aren't completely understood.
There he found that the clock had stopped, and one of the chairs was overturned on the floor, as if someone had got up in a great hurry. The remains of a half-eaten meal lay on the table.
When the suddenly abandoned post was found by ships later on, they were met with only a few signs of recent human life. The bodies of the 3 men were never found, leaving the cause of their disappearance unknown. A lack of storms during their final days have only muddied things further, leaving some to turn to more outlandish theories in an attempt to explain the unexplainable. Number 6. Disappearance of Connie Converse. You never really know what's going on inside a person's mind. Coming onto the music scene in the 1950s, Connie Converse was one of the first to contribute to the singer-songwriter subgenre.
Connie's brother was down in Mexico.
Despite her historical significance, she didn't find fame during her lifetime, and her music career was short-lived. It was clear she wasn't satisfied with her life, leading her to disappear in 1974. The notes she left for her family are the last known proof of her existence. Her family attempted to find her a decade later, but they were eventually discouraged from continuing. To this day, it's unclear whether she adopted a whole new life or if she went down a much more drastic route.
I mean, whatever else was going on, she made a very deliberate choice to leave.
Number 5. Kaspar Hauser. There are some circumstances that everyday people aren't equipped to deal with. A teenager suddenly appearing and claiming to have been raised in a dungeon is one such event. When Kaspar Hauser first stumbled into Nuremberg in 1828, the townspeople didn't know what to make of him. He claimed to have been kept in a dark room his entire life, completely isolated from the world. While he was initially accepted by the town and even taken under the wing of a local schoolmaster, there were still several attempts on his life, supposedly by people from his childhood. At times, Hauser claimed descent from nobility. He was killed 5 years after his initial appearance, leaving questions of his supposed nobility permanently unanswered. Number 4. Yuba County 5.
It's been almost 50 years since 5 men went missing in the Plumas National Forest. They are known as the Yuba County 5, and what happened to them remains a mystery.
When 5 men suddenly disappeared while on their way from a 1978 basketball tournament, it became the topic of investigation. The Yuba County 5, a group of 5 men with developmental disabilities, were last seen at a convenience store buying snacks. After that, it was as though they vanished into thin air.
Is it possible something nefarious happened? Did one of these people turn on their own?
Their car was found a few days later without them in it. The car was found dozens of miles away with gas still in the tank, raising questions of why they'd left it in the first place. The later discovery of 4 of their bodies confirmed they had met their end via hypothermia. However, 1 man was left unfound, leaving some to wonder if he survived.
What makes this case so difficult to solve?
No independent information, no witnesses, and the likelihood that the only people that truly know that what happened that night, they perished in those hills.
Number 3. Kentucky Meat Shower.
On March 3rd, 1876, Rebecca Crouch was outside with her grandson when meat started to rain down in Bath County.
Some events are so bizarre that it's hard to fathom them actually happening. In 1876, citizens of Kentucky were simply going about their days when they were hit with a barrage of falling meat. It rained for several minutes, coating a small area of the southern state in an unknown viscera. Where exactly it came from is unknown, and a taste test left more questions than answers.
Yuck.
Ate it?
They ate it. They sure did.
While it was initially assumed to be beef, further testing claimed that it was from a horse or even a human being. One theory is that the chunks were vomited by vultures, but this has yet to be confirmed. A sample from the shower is still available to view today, if you're brave enough to get close. Number 2. Dancing Plague of 1518.
Strasbourg, France, the home of iconic cathedrals, ornate clocks, and the site of one of history's strangest unexplainable episodes.
The concept of disease is nothing new, but some are so odd and so rare that they get ignored. Throughout the summer of 1518, various residents of Strasbourg were suddenly vexed with the uncontrollable urge to dance until they dropped. Literally.
Within a week, another 34 people were dancing. Within a month, 400, all dancing relentlessly without music or song.
It appeared to be highly contagious, with those who had seen the dancing joining in soon afterwards. They would then groove until they collapsed from exhaustion, thirst, or even heart attacks. The issue ended up correcting itself after those afflicted were sent away to pray the illness away. To this day, both the confirmed number of victims and how they came to be sick is still highly contested, with theories ranging from food poisoning to widespread stress.
Most evidence shows that the dancing plague was a kind of cultural contagion. A mass hysteria triggered when life got too tough and the people just wanted to dance and lose their minds a bit.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Utsuro-bune.
Local fishermen on the Hara-Yadori shore spot an unusual craft drifting in the distance.
It may seem that alien conspiracies are a modern-day invention, but this is proof that they've been around much longer. In 1803, a strange hollow boat-like object washed ashore on the beaches of Japan. Its odd shape and interior, decorated with foreign texts, immediately caused it to stand out. But the most jarring aspect was its passenger. A young woman was found aboard sporting a never-before-documented hairstyle and wearing unknown fabrics.
When they looked inside the craft, they could see hieroglyphs and strange writing all inside of the craft.
She didn't speak Japanese, and eventually the villagers sent her and her vessel back into the ocean. Who she was is still contested. Some believe she was an exiled princess, while others question if she and the beach where she was discovered ever truly existed at all.
Could the Utsuro-bune incident have marked the return of extraterrestrial beings that were present in Japan in the distant past?
Which mystery would you love to see get more recognition? Let us know in the comments below.
It's a question still being asked 46 years later. What happened to the Yuba County 5?
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.